What's going on, guys? UFC Fight Night, Burns versus Morales here. We're going to be going over my breakdowns and predictions for every single fight on the card. We're going back to this format like I did in the last video because, like I said, still busy. Still got to find a way to make these videos a little quicker, so we're doing it this way. But anyways, let's get straight into it. Luana Pinheiro versus Tisha Pennington. I'm going to go with Tisha Pennington by decision. I think this is a pretty easy win for her. I know her resume and record looks a little bit sketch, 14-7, but honestly, there's been a bit of controversy in her last few fights. I thought she beat Tabitha Ritchie, and I thought she beat Mackenzie Dern. Both of those split decisions, very close fights. I thought should have went to Tisha Pennington. So yeah, I mean, she should be on like a big streak right now, in my opinion, a pretty good win streak. So yeah, Luana Pinheiro doesn't have the same level of experience, doesn't have the same just hasn't fought the same level of competition. And I think Tisha Pennington is very underrated, and I think she's going to get the win here. So yeah, give me Tisha Pennington by decision. Next fight, Hyung Sung Park versus Carlos Hernandez. I'm going to go with Hyung Sung Park to win this fight, either by TKO or by decision. I'm seeing a lot of people say that they aren't really high on Hyun Sung Park, and they're kind of thinking that he's overrated. I think he's pretty solid. He's got really slick striking, especially in the hands. He's got nice boxing. He's got good finishing potential. Carlos Hernandez is good, but is he like he's good? Don't get me wrong, but like I just think Hyun Sung Park's going to be able to keep this on the feet and just beat up on him. I'm not going to lie. Carlos Hernandez is good. He had that good entertaining scrap with I believe it was Ray Saruya, I believe at UFC 303. I could be completely wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. And Hyun Sung Park, man, I think he's very stocky. He's powerful. He's got good boxing. I think he can keep this on the feet, and I think he's going to beat up Carlos Hernandez. So yeah, give me Hyun Sung Park to win this fight by either decision or TKO. I like him. I'm not too high on him. I don't think he's going to go super far. I don't know if he's going to be ranked, but I definitely think he can be a problem in the unranked area. So yeah, give me Hyun Sung Park to win this fight. Denise Gomes versus Elise Reed. This is a difficult one to pick, but I'm going to go with Denise Gomes, I think. Check the odds. Okay, Jesus. Denise Gomes is a minus 625 favorite. I definitely think the odds should be a little closer, but I am going to go with Denise Gomes to win this fight. I just think she's the better fighter, a little bit more aggressive, and I think she's going to beat Elise Reed by either decision or maybe a TKO. Maybe she gets her first submission. Who knows? But does she have submissions? I don't know. I don't think she has submissions. I think she's more of a TKO decision person. Yeah, I'm going Denise Gomes. Next fight, Luana Santos versus Tayanara Lisboa. One sec. Let me just move that out of the way. I'm not sure why it wasn't going away on its own. Anyways, Luana Santos versus Tainara Lisboa. I'm going to go with Tainara Lisboa. I think Tainara Lisboa has fought a little bit better competition. And Luana Santos, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like she's a little bit overrated. I think Tainara Lisboa can get this one done, secure some takedowns, land some decent shots on the feet, probably get a split decision win. But yeah, I'm going to go with Tainara Lisboa to win this one. Could be a bad pick. What are the odds? She's a slight underdog. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with the underdog in this one. I'm going to go Tainara Lisboa. I think she wins this fight. I think she's slightly better, and I think Luana Santos is a little bit overrated. So yeah. Um. Oh. Oh, Connor Matthews. GG's, boys. This is the end of Connor Matthews. I'm picking Del Val. Yadier Del Val. Yeah, I'm picking Yadier Del Val by TKO. I think Connor Matthews is going to sleep. He got knocked out in his last fight against, who was it? What's that guy's name? Jose Delgado, I think his name was. But that guy's dangerous on the feet. I don't think Yadier Del Val is that good, but I think he's good enough to beat Connor Matthews, who is not that great. So yeah, give me Yadier Del Val to win this fight by KO. I think he keeps it on the feet, lands some decent shots, and puts Connor Matthews away. Yeah, Yadier Del Val from Puerto Rico. I think that's what that flag is. Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. I'm gonna go with. This is a really interesting fight, actually. Hold on, this is a super interesting fight. One of the best fights on the card. Two unranked guys in the lightweight division, but two of the better unranked guys in the lightweight division. Jared Gordon, I thought he beat Nasrat Haqparast. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Jared Gordon won against Nasrat Haqparast, and Haqparast just beat Esteban Ribovics. I threw up quotations when I said beat. Very close fight. I thought Ribovics should have won it. But yeah, Jared Gordon. I thought he beat Nasrat Haqparast, which is very impressive. Also, arguably beat Paddy Pimblett, who just dominated Michael Chandler. I know fighters can improve, but Jared Gordon's impressive. But I'm gonna go Thiago Moises to win this fight by decision. I just think he's gonna be a little bit bigger, a little bit more physically imposing. I think the ground game favors Moises slightly. Moises took down Islam Makhachev. I don't know if you guys know this. Only two people in the UFC have scored a takedown on Islam Makhachev: Arman Sarukian and Thiago Moises. Thiago Moises has a decent ground game, and he's good on the feet too. He's got heavy leg kicks. He's got decent boxing. He just beat who was in his last fight? Oh, I can think of the name. I got the name in my head. What is it? Starts with a T, I think. Anyways, I'll remember it. But I mean, Thiago Moises only really loses to like goated competition. Like Ludovic Klein beat him, Joel Alvarez, Islam Makhachev, guys like that. Benoit Saint Denis, he only loses to higher level guys. I know Benoit Saint Denis is not the highest level fighter, but like Benoit Saint Denis would probably beat Jared Gordon as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go Thiago Moises in this fight. I think he keeps this one. I think he keeps the pace of this one pretty well. That made no sense. I think he. I think he pushes a good pace. Uses some fence control. Maybe gets some takedowns. Keeps it on the feet a little bit. Uses his heavy leg kicks. And yeah, I think Thiago Moises is gonna get this one done. He's a very underrated fighter in my opinion. I think he's a tough test for anybody, and I don't think Jared Gordon is gonna win here tonight. But who knows? Jared Gordon's good. So yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting one. I'm super excited for this fight. Hardcores know this is gonna be a banger. Let's move on to the next one. We got Mateus Camilo versus Gabe Green. I'm gonna go Mateus Camilo. I think I'm gonna go with Mateus Camilo. Gabe Green is the guy that got beat up by Ian Gary, I believe. No shame. Ian Gary is really good, but I'm gonna go Mateus Camilo in this one by decision. I think. He's looked pretty decent in his fights so far. Gabe Green is also pretty solid, but I don't know. I just think Camilo's gonna be able to get this one done on a close fight. You know, I don't know. Um, I don't know. This one's hard to pick. Gabe Green is a pretty sizable underdog at plus 190. Camilo's a minus 230. Not a sizable underdog, but yeah, I think Mateus Camilo gets this one done. Gabe Green is solid, but he's not the best fighter in the world. And I think Mateus Camilo is going to be good enough to kind of box him up on the feet, land the better shots, and defend the takedowns. Gabe Green does have a decent takedown game, and I think Mateus Camilo is going to be able to neutralize that. So yeah, I'm going Mateus Camilo to win this fight. Next up, we got one of my most anticipated fights on the card: Julian Erosa versus Melquizael Costa. Both of these guys fought pretty recently. Julian Erosa coming off of that brutal beatdown that he gave to Darren Elkins. Jesus Christ, should have been stopped like 10 times. But yeah, I thought he looked kind of slow in that fight and kind of a little sloppy. Maybe not sloppy. He looked composed, but it looked like two fat heavyweights in the body of featherweights. Like, I don't know if that's just me, but it looked like a very low level fight. I know Julian Erosa is high level. He's good. But I'm going Melquizael Costa here. He beat Christian Rodriguez a couple months ago. I think it was a month ago. Christian Rodriguez is really good, and he was able to beat him. I picked Christian Rodriguez in that fight. I've been picking against Costa in his recent fights. I've been saying he's overrated. I picked Andre Fili to beat him. I picked Christian Rodriguez to beat him. I'm not going to fade him here. I'm picking Melquizael Costa either by TKO, maybe by a decision. Julian Erosa does have 3 rounds of cardio, 100%. Costa might slow down, and Erosa does have good hands, but I'm going to go Melquizael Costa by TKO in the first round. I think he's going to head kick Julian Erosa out cold. Is that a crazy take? Yes. Is it probably going to happen? No. But hey, it's worth a shot. I think Melquizael Costa is going to head kick KO Julian Erosa in the first round. I just think he's way faster on the feet. He's a little more slicker with the kicks. I say Erosa has the better hands. Costa just more well-rounded. I'd say the ground game is close. Erosa does have grappling, but I'd say Costa is a little more slick on the mat. And I don't know. I just think Melquizael Costa is a little better, has a little bit more potential. Erosa's getting older. He didn't look great in his last fight. Beating up Darren Elkins like that, sure, but he looked kind of slow and sloppy. So, yeah, give me Melquizael Costa to win this fight. And, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Nursultan Ruziboyev versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I'm going to go Nursultan Ruziboyev by KO in the first round. Actually, wait, I want to check out the... Yeah, Costa's a slight favorite. Costa should get this one done. Should keep it on the feet, be faster, land the better shots, and either TKO Arosa or win like a really close decision because I think Arosa is going to come back late. But yeah, um, Nursultan Ruzaboev versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Anyways, my bad. I'm going Nursultan Ruzaboev by TKO in the first round. Stoltzfus is good. He got a really good KO in his last fight over Marc-Andre Barriou, I think it was. I think that's who he KO'd in his last fight. Trying to remember here if he fought anybody else after that. No, I think it was Marc-Andre Barriou. But Ruzaboev, man, he's 6'5" at middleweight. He's very long. He's very dangerous. He has power. He's coming off that KO over Eric Makonico. I just think Ruzaboev is good. He's too good for these kind of unranked jobbers at middleweight. He's too good for these guys. It's going to take, a higher level unranked guy or a ranked guy to beat Ruzaboev. Like, I think, who's an unranked guy? I think Ikram Alaskarov could beat a Ruzaboev. But even then, Ikram's chinny, and Ruzaboev has nasty power, so that's even a hard fight. Ikram realistically just takes him down, though. I think, who else is down there at middleweight? I think, damn, I don't know. Ruzaboev's really good, man. 6'5", nasty power, and he's got a decent submission game. Yeah, I think he's going to starch Dustin Stoltzfus out in the first round. Stoltzfus is decent, but not the type of guy that beats Ruzaboev. Ruzaboev was giving Buckley a bit of problem on the feet, and Buckley would ragdoll Stoltzfus and finish him in the first round. So, yeah, give me Nursultan Ruzaboev to win this fight. He's going to be able to keep it long, use his 1-2s, and probably snipe Stoltzfus with the right hand and put him out. So, yeah, give me Nursultan Ruzaboev to win this fight. Next fight, Super Sadiq Yusuff versus Myron Santos. I'm picking Myron Santos to win this fight. This is another really interesting fight. I really like this fight. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a really fun fight. But I'm going to go with Myron Santos to get it done. I think Sadiq Yusuff is good, but he gets hurt a lot in his fights. He got hurt against Arnold Allen. He got hurt against Edson Barboza. He got hurt against Diego Lopez. I know all of those are pretty high-level fighters, but I think Myron Santos has that power and that counter-striking ability. I know his last fight was a little controversial, Francis Marshall. Honestly, I don't think it was a robbery. I thought it could have went either way. And I'm not just saying that because I picked Myron Santos, but I actually think that fight could have went either way. So, say what you want, but I am going to go with Myron Santos to win this fight. I think he's going to be able to snipe Sadiq Yusuff at certain moments, land some clean shots, keep it composed on the feet. I think he's going to hurt Sadiq Yusuff, and I think he's going to put him away in the first or second round. I think Yusuff, after the Lopez fight, he has taken a lot of time off, though. And we know taking a lot of time off after a bad KO is good. We've seen Gaethje come back and beat up Viziev after the Holloway KO. Took a long time off. But I don't know. I just don't know if Sadiq Yusuff is going to be able to take the counter shots of Myron Santos. Like, Myron Santos has nasty power. Yeah, I got to go Myron Santos here. Yusuff, I will bring this up, though. Yusuff has an underrated ground game. If he can, find the takedowns or get to the back of Santos, he can cause him some problems. There's definitely a grappling edge for Sadiq Yusuff here, but it's definitely not what he normally goes to. And even if he is losing on the feet, he'll try to get something done. Myron Santos got dropped by Francis Marshall, though. But Francis Marshall's tricky, so I don't know. Sadiq Yusuff could pull this one off. What are the odds looking like? Okay, pretty close, pretty close. Santos is a minus 135 favorite. Yeah, I think Santos is going to get this one done. He's good. He has potential. I think the last fight against Francis Marshall wasn't a fraud check at all. It wasn't like Francis Marshall, not even that good. I think it's more of just Francis Marshall is really good, and Myron Santos is just also really good. And both of these guys are better than Sadiq Yusuff. So, yeah, give me Myron Santos to win this fight by TKO or decision. I'm going to say TKO in the second round. So, yeah, let's move on to the next fight. Co-main event. This is going to be a sick fight. Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. Paul Craig moving back up to light heavyweight, I believe. Yeah. Paul Craig at light heavyweight is different than he is at middleweight. He's not as chinny. And he's a little more physical up there, in my opinion, I think. Submitting Jamal Hill, submitting Magomed Ankalaev. I'm pretty sure he submitted Nikita Krylov as well. He's nasty at light heavyweight, but I'm going to do it. I'm picking Rodolfo Gelato. Why is he a minus 550 favorite? Holy shit. The odds should definitely be way closer than that. Belato's not that good. He's sloppy on the feet. He does have power, but not like crazy one-hit put your lights out power. But it's Paul Craig. He made Kyle Baralho look like he had nasty one-shot knock your lights out power. Okay. My apologies, technical difficulty. Anyways, I'm going to go with Rodolfo Bellato to win this fight. I think he's going to knock Paul Craig out. He made Kyle Baralho look like he had one-shot knockout power. And Kyle Baralho has decent power, but I feel like Bellato just hits harder. And I know he's not as technical as Kyle or as good as Kyle, but I don't know, Kyle's got good takedown, Bellato's got good takedown defense. He fought Jimmy Crute in his last fight, who has grappling, and he was able to survive the grappling of him. I know Paul Craig's probably a better grappler than Jimmy Crute, but you know what I mean. And Bellato, I don't know, he's got this like marauding power to. He just marches forward. I think he's gonna march forward and find the shot on Paul Craig. But I do think Paul Craig's gonna have some moments. I think he's gonna land the body kick. That's all he has on the feet. I think he might get a takedown here and there. And if they do end up on the ground, God forbid, Paul Craig probably submits him. But I don't know if it's going to the ground. I'm gonna go Bellato either first or second round KO. I think he's gonna knock out Paul Craig. So yeah, Jesus, Paul Craig plus 400 underdog. The odds should definitely be closer in my opinion. Bellato should be a slight favorite, but not a heavy favorite like that. Like, Jesus, there's definitely a world where Paul Craig latches something up. But I'm going to go Bellato to win this one by TKO. And let's move on to the main event. Michael Morales versus Gilbert Burns. Or should I say Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales? That's the right way to put it. Big odds here. Minus 800 favorite, Michael Morales versus the plus 550 underdog, Gilbert Burns. The odds are a little crazy because it's Burns. Burns is very good. But I don't think they're that crazy. Like, I'd say, like, if Morales was like a minus 4 to 500 favorite, that'd be about what I expect. Burns is not winning. I'm picking Michael Morales by knockout in the second round. I think Michael Morales is going to put on an amazing performance. Burns does not even look like he wants to fight anymore. I'm not even going to lie. Like, the Hamzat fight, yes, he went to war with Hamzat. After that, he started looking a little bit worse in his fights. Like against who was it? Like in his last fight against Sean Brady, he just looked like he wasn't even. He looked like he didn't even want to fight. He was just moving around, getting taken down, getting pieced up on the feet. He got 50-45 by Sean Brady. I know Sean Brady is really good, but like, he looks like he just gave up right away in that fight. Didn't look like he wanted to do anything. Against JDM, yeah, he was looking good, but like, he was struggling on the ground with JDM, who had a broken arm the entire fight. Like, I'm sorry, Michael Morales has good wrestling. He's going to be able to hold his own. He's a big, strong guy, and on the feet, he's going to be piecing up Gilbert Burns. I think he's going to find the shot on Burns and put him away in the second round. Morales is very dangerous. He's long for the division, a 79-inch reach. He's got dangerous power. He's got slick boxing. He has wrestling, good takedown defense. Dude, the spinning elbow that he hit on Neil Magny in the clinch in his last fight was nasty. That was one of the nicest, shots I've ever seen in my life. Put him down with it. I don't think he's doing any of that to Burns, but I think he's going to hit him with maybe like a check hook or like a shovel uppercut while Burns is like pressing forward, and he's going to put Burns down and ground and pound him. And I don't know, even on the ground, Burns is not just going to completely maul him. I think Morales can evade submission attempts. When's the last time Burns has submitted a high-level guy? Tell me. When's the last time Gilbert Burns submitted an elite fighter? Like, seriously. Morales is strong. He has wrestling himself. He has hit takedowns in his fights. Burns is older. He's not looking like himself in his recent fights. Against JDM, couldn't really do anything. He was struggling with JDM, and JDM had a broken arm. I know JDM's a champion, but come on. Struggling with JDM with a broken arm? Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to go with Michael Morales to win this fight. I think he's going to knock Gilbert Burns out. And I think he's going to put on a show. Michael Morales is very good. And I think when Michael Morales beats Gilbert Burns, this is the fight I want to see. Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates after this, if Michael Morales wins. Tell me that wouldn't be a sick fight. Morales versus Prates. That'd be fucking sick. But yeah, I'm going Michael Morales to win this fight. Keeps it on the feet. Maybe gets some clinch control. Lands the better shots and eventually finds the finish on Gilbert Burns on the feet. Avoids the takedowns. If it does go to the ground, he could probably reverse some stuff. Michael Morales has good wrestling, and I don't think he's getting submitted, and Burns just doesn't look like himself anymore. So yeah, I'm going Michael Morales by TKO in the second round. Probably with like a check hook or a shovel uppercut. Lands on Burns while he's pressing forward, puts Burns down, and he finishes it with ground and pound. Yeah, Michael Morales for the win. Little high on the odds there. I don't think this fight's worth betting on. I don't bet on fights. I'm just telling you guys that do bet on fights. Not worth betting on this one. Burns could win, but probably not. I think the odds should be more like a minus 450 to minus 500 for Morales. Minus 800 seems a little high. But yeah, I'm going Michael Morales to win this fight. And yeah, that's going to do it for this, guys. What am I saying? Hold on, I have an idea. I'm going to bring you guys to another screen, and we're going to look at my lock picks. How about we do that? See you guys there. Alright, so my locks for this card are Michael Morales and Tisha Pennington. Those are my only two locks. A lot of the fights on this card are kind of one side, or a lot of the fights on this card are pretty 50-50 and pretty even. So not too much locks in my opinion, but I do think Morales and Tisha Pennington are both locks. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys. Maybe I don't know. I kind of like this format. Maybe I'll keep it like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But yeah, these are my lock picks, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.